another episode of Live Green, Live Lean TV. Today I've got Miguel Sant'ana, a true inspiration of mine. He's a master hand balancer, and I've been following his journey for quite a while now and attended a few of his workshops. And yeah, today I had the opportunity of speaking to him, an extremely passionate guy and a master of his craft. I hope you enjoy the interview.
What got you into this craft?
What got me into this
Hand
craft?
balance, yeah.
Hand balancing. I used to play capoeira back in New Zealand and do tumbling, acrobatics.
Yep.
And then on a capoeira event in Wellington, Cape Town, New Zealand, I met a circus guy called Aaron Burr, where I was staying with, and he was playing capoeira too, but also a circus performer, where he showed me all these YouTube videos, hand balance shows, and that's when I started back home, and then that's when I started kick the wall and get obsessed with, and then the more I trained, the more I got obsessed with, and that's how I started.
What do you define as a perfect handstand?
A perfect handstand is many handstand these days. You know, we have capoeira handstand, we have yoga handstand, we have gymnast handstand, we have hand balancing handstand. It's a hip hop handstand. A perfect handstand these days is a really difficult answer.
Yeah, it's
to
hard to
question.
define.
For sure. The straighter you can go is the most. It's go more towards the perfection.
Of course. And I think I've done handstands before, and when you actually think you're straight, a lot of times you're not.
You're not. That's the thing. But handstands, straight handstands, something that it goes like that. My straight handstand 3 years ago was much better than now.
Really?
Yeah, especially after this injury, the straight handstand is not like it used to be. I had two major injuries where I had to stop. One was in 2013, where I have lower back problems. I used to be a gardener, so I used to be doing labor work, very heavy on my back, on
and
my
how many
knees,
hours were you working?
and then heavy bags. So I had that, plus practice a lot. I used to love the Mexican handstand. It's a hollow position, and that really to screw up my back. And where I had to stop work and stop training for over 2 months. Pretty much I couldn't walk. So that was a big major injury there. This year, start of the year 2016, I had a shoulder injury where I pretty much lost the contact of my infraspinatus muscle, rotate the calf, and then I have a tear on my shoulders where I got my nerve trampled. So I lost the strength of my arm pretty much.
And you mentioned
95%.
You mentioned you couldn't even.
I couldn't open. I couldn't. I would have to do this to open my door, my car door. Or I used to go like this. I couldn't use chopsticks. I couldn't lift my glass. I couldn't dry my hair. You know, I couldn't do anything pretty much. And then, of course, it took me over 4 months to really find out exactly what was wrong, because physiotherapy is always like, oh yeah, let's do this, but it can be the neck, it can be the upper back, it can be the shoulder, so let's treat like this, let's manipulate like that. And then got in a state that I completely lost, and then I went to a specialist, and then I found out, and then from there I did a cortisone sparring where you suck the cyst off, and then the cortisone injection to take the inflammation out right away. And since then, next day I already got a little bit feeling of my arm, and then now it's been 4 months, not fully yet. You can see here I lose the motion from here, but I can hold my arm here, I can eat, I can,
It's amazing.
and I back to training. Never been the same, but I learned a lot from the injuries. I rehab patient, so it was quite a learning experience, And of course, after these two major injuries, my body's always struggling with the intensity of my practice. It's part of it, It's not pain or gain. It's just straight as forward.
Exactly. I've been injured before, and I have been really, really frustrated because I tore both my pecs, and you've obviously injured your shoulder. And what do you think you can say to inspire someone that's possibly injured and had a certain level of fitness?
Be patient. Be patient. It's straightforward. Man, be patient. It's no other word. And of course, do the rehab.
Of course, you got to do your
Follow
work.
up the work. Yeah, and just don't be embarrassed. You can get quiet in your head. You can get very anxious. You can be depressed. As I don't want to say I got in that stage, but I was pretty close. So.
And did you feel like at that point you almost felt like no, it's not worth it? You felt like giving up at any point?
Giving up completely not, because I had the support of few friends of mine that had experience before, so they was really keeping up, watching out, and hi Miguel, how you doing, blah blah. And also my students, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't practicing, but I was teaching, so that was giving me power to keep it up, you know, because I want to inspire my students. I want to be a example, not just a. Hey, Miguel had an injury, he gave up.
Yeah.
What is that?
Exactly.
What example is that? So
Exactly.
yeah, I wasn't strong enough.
So guys, if you're injured and you're out there and you're feeling sorry for yourself,
it's a cue for everything.
yeah, just be patient and just take your time. I think when anyone gets injured, yes, your physicality kind of goes, but it really strengthens your mentality towards something, and it just makes you a much stronger person, and it makes you a lot wiser as well. And I think the key to it is not to give up, because the body is just such an amazing machine.
It's amazing how it heals itself, man.
Yeah.
I'm just very pleased, you know.
It all starts with your mindset.
Just
It all
throw
starts
everything back.
starts with up here. What are the 3 points that you could give to someone that hasn't started handstand and has saw your Instagram and saw your profile, like, wow, how do I do what you do?
Okay,
What's
the first one would be, if you had the opportunity to learn from a professional, don't hesitate. Second, be patient and face your weakness. You know you have tight shoulders, you have to work on it. Don't leave for tomorrow. Oh, eventually we'll get better. How are we gonna get better? If you don't do it, how are we gonna get better? And practice a lot.
that is key as well.
That's the main one.
That is the biggest
focus.
thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Practice and focus and never ever give up, because a lot of times, just when you're about to, give up, you push that extra rep, that extra minute, that extra hour. That is when it'll crack. That's when it'll crack, and that's what makes it all worth it. Like for me, when I did my human flag, I remember doing it up to 7-8 p.m. at night, and it was dark, and I was just like, shit, it was bad. And one day, it just boom, and it made everything all worth it. And I think that's really what we want to focus on, just not giving up and just practice. And I think that's really, really good. Any words of inspiration for people out there, your fans, your students, myself? Any words of inspiration you want to leave us with?
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Live it with passion. How I teach, you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had the opportunity to meet me, you know how passionate about I am. You know, this is what I do for living. This is my life. This is how I live. This is my lifestyle. Handstand took my life, and I just embrace it. You know, if you have an idol, watch out. It helps a lot. Keep the motivation up of the good work on the social media.
Yep.
This is a big inspiration. Social media is a big inspiration to that, to be honest. That because you see so much goodness there, and that you get inspired. You know, read about it, see about it, follow about it, and do it.
Of course, I think you're really doing it. And so, you mentioned social media, so you have an Instagram account. So what's your Instagram
My
handle?
Instagram account is Miguel_hand_balance, or you can just Google pretty much Miguel handstand or Miguel hand balance.
Yeah, and I did that. There was a lot that came up. So
been doing a lot lately. So for the last few years, so Miguel hand balance, you're definitely gonna find.
And I'll put that on the show notes below as well. So all's gonna be there. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate what you're doing, and obviously I've been following you for quite a while. I still suck, but I'm not gonna give up.
Don't give up, man. It's all the way.
Yeah, exactly. So
you've got the material now.
Yeah, I've got the material. Just a matter of practicing. But thank you, and I guess have a good class today, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
Thank you.